No matter what the conditions are, you're always learning. You're learning about that spread and what that spread means, and especially here at Mid-Ohio, where every team here has just tons of data, tons of miles here, drivers and tons of it here. We're almost starting fresh with this new surface here. It's very dark, so it absorbs the sunlight, very strongly. Having said that, we're here on race day, and it's cloudy and rainy, and it'll be interesting to see what happens to the track now. I mean, it's all a mystery to us now.
There might be weather.
Mid-Ohio is like a microclimate, so it's kind of roll the dice and we'll see. But it looks like it's going to be clear, but the track is going to be quite a bit different. So either way, it's a wild card.
The weather looks clear. Like I said, spending 4 years here as a driving instructor, you learn how to read the clouds and when the wind's moving. I think we're going to have a very breezy race.
The weather's going to be very variable today for the race. It's drying out, and it's going to, we just had some sprinkles, so we're prepared to race in the rain. We'll probably start on dries and be ready to put on rain tires if we have to.
It is indeed, at the very least, misty, perhaps a heavy mist, and the wind is picked up over here.
For probably 20, 30 years, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course has been known throughout motorsports to be the worst track for rain.
I'm hearing these drivers as they're trying to warm them up and get some heat in the tires. I can hear the tires spinning.
When you step outside and walk on ice and you just have no traction, and you fall and you don't know why you fell. You're like, I'm perfectly fine. I got great balance, but I fall on a sheet of ice, and that's it. You're people that were falling off track. It's by the grace of God if you don't fall off track, because you're really hanging on for dear life.
The racing line was so smooth, so grounded down, it was like racing on marble in the wet, and everybody had to run this counter line. You could do really well if you ran the parts of the track nobody would hit. About 3 months ago, Mid-Ohio was resurfaced, so nobody has any data on what this new surface is going to be like in the rain.
We're doing an extra pace lap, one extra pace lap.
And you're thinking to yourself, that is not getting better.
As this track is treacherously wet.
I'm still trying to figure out what all happened. We start the race on dries.
Very unexpected. There was always that threat today, and I think we weren't prepared enough.
Adam Andretti let the back end kick out of that number 17 Camaro. He kept it under himself, but it's going to be fun coming up here.
We thought it was going to start dry, then maybe get wet as the race went, but as soon as we rolled off, there was moisture on the windshield.
Okay, it's raining at the keyhole right now, so be careful. They just came over to me and said that the next time by, they'll go green.
We didn't think it was going to rain. We'd watch the radar. In 15 minutes, it turned into a storm.
So they're going to double up on the front straight, catch it at 3.
I would guarantee that just about all of these cars are starting on slicks, so if we do have enough rain to make rain tires necessary, there's going to be a lot of pit activity.
Started to change color of the track, so I knew that wet tires was going to be coming soon.
People started coming in to change tires. We don't know whether we should wait.
Yep, Dyson's in.
And the first one to blink is Chris Dyson. He is into the pit lane following the safety car.
I had nothing to lose, and especially with the track layout being how it is here, I knew we were going to have a little bit more margin because the start-finish line is halfway around the lap.
Dyson did the right thing. He pitted, put on wets right before the start.
When I look high in sight, that's really the page I should have followed.
We talked about it kind of through turn 5, and the boys were ready, so I just said, all right, coming.
Down the straightaway they come, starter with the green in hand. Cars creeping along here, but they're going to struggle with traction as the back straightaway is perfectly wet right now. Green flag, late green, a big wiggle out of Menard. Adam Andretti on the outside right now. Menard tries to switch back to the inside.
It's a wicked fun dance out there when it's all said and done.
Down through 5 they go, through 6 now. Oh, we've got a spin
And I think it's Amy Ruman down there. Indeed it is. Amy Ruman, a spin.
I actually thought it was going to miss and be done, and then it turned into a totally different race for everybody, I think.
Chris Dyson hammered down on those wet tires. Definitely got an advantage. And you can just see he has the traction that most everybody else does not have right now.
Chris Dyson has caught Amy Ruman now. With Ruman with that spin, she's at the tail end of the field.
It was hairy out there for the first 2-3 laps.
Hey, go, hey, do it, higher. Tommy Tracy, the second car to blink. He comes into the pits. The crew descends on that car to try to change tires.
We wind up coming in the green, and I'm like, oh, we're going to go a lap down. But the guys and girls did such a good job at Dreesy Motorsports to change those tires.
We were going to make him suffer and let it pass. And then it just kept getting worse. So there we were. You had to make a decision at some point.
His team's gonna look like a genius right now if he can get by Paul Menard, and he is closed down from some 20 car lengths down to 15, now down to 10. It's gonna be down to 5 before they get underneath the Perm Cove Bridge. Closing down is Chris Dyson on those wet weather tires. This track's gonna be wet for a while. Menard has the zip go through turn number 11.
Dyson's right on his heels as they come through carousel turn. Chris Dyson to the lead.
You got to remember, it's hard for me to watch. As much trust as I have in Tony and all the guys on the team, I'm not a regular here. I'm a voyeur of sorts. So I go in the tower, do a little spotting. You had to have faith.
Paul was going to stay out for another lap. We demanded that he come back.
It's like ice. These cars have so much horsepower that you're trying to control that. And with the new pavement, that added a whole nother level of difficulty with the rain.
We got a full course yellow. Amy Ruman is in the gravel trap at the outside of the keyhole turn. You see the 17 car of Adam Andretti coming out of the pit lane. So it may be the time to go right now.
Paul Menard has pulled into the pits. His crew descends on the car.
Absolutely would have been a little bit of catch-up game to get to the front. But with some luck and, you know.
You can plan for all kinds of things. And, you know, Chris dove in, got rains right away. Some of us stayed out hoping it would dry. I mean, that could have been a gamble. Had it dried up, that would have, he'd have had to pit again. And, but then it got wetter and wetter, and, you know, we stayed out one lap too long.
I really think the racing, in a lot of ways, it's like life in general, compressed into a weekend. You might start out with the greatest feelings, then things go bad for you and you feel awful and you're struggling, and then a little while later it's going really good and there's a lot of highs and lows, and jokingly you quit, and then my wife will say, well, it's the 13,456th time you've quit, and you go back and do it again.
When you're winning and doing great, I mean, that's where Paul's at right now. He's on a really good run. I mean, that's awesome. But when you have a kind of like a season like ours right now, it's really aggravating and frustrating to fall out of something like that today.